Good evening, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but my energy is low. It was an exciting night for the camp in general, but not necessarily for me. Energy is low. And tonight was Mr. Macho and Miss NYSC. And today as well was parade, platoon parade competition, whatever that is. But I've been watching the training. I've been posting the videos on Snapchat and the rest. So the videos of the practice or training that the people marching have been doing, while sitting from the comfort of the OBS office. And there's a reason I'm not in high spirits, and it's a bit complicated to explain, but I'll try my best. The interplatoon parade was one of the most exciting parts of the day today. And between yesterday and today, this is 10:58 p.m. and lights out was just about 10 minutes ago, not the usual 10 p.m. it's been for 2 days now. Yesterday DG came, today we had this competition, so it's been weird. It's been impossible for us to go to bed at 10. Now, my platoon finally came second in the parade today. I'm sorry, I should have built that up a bit, but no time. So we actually won something. We had cups. We got a cup. There are pictures I'm going to forward to the WhatsApp channel so you can see. Although I'm not in any of those pictures because I didn't do much past. And then I didn't realize it was such a big deal to leave flag party and join OBS, or even to leave flag party in the first place. Because remember the flag party thing? How that even came about was I was eating with some guys. Like, we went to Mami the first time before I even changed into my white and white when I came to camp. That Wednesday, our first ever parade. Soldiers were like, pushing people from Mami to go, and I was pushing people from the hostel to go to the parade that day. And I was in Mami with some guys eating some salty ass. I've never stepped foot in that woman's shop since that day. Since my first day in camp, gave me that salty food. Anyway, so I was dodging the thing. And me and the guys were like, we'll not go that parade. We'll go dodge, we'll go there, da 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 da. Only for me to end up wearing my white and white, go to the parade, and then I was flag party commander the next day, which shocked both of them because we were all dodging together. But however, that whole flag party thing, we did it, and da-da-da-da. And then you guys know exactly how it was until as I left and went and joined OBS. But the soldiers that were always coming to, like, whenever I make a mistake, they will come and tell me, hey, do this. So they recognize my face, and when they see me around camp, they know me. And then today when the parade was going on, one of them just saw me sitting down randomly watching from a comfortable distance, and then he came and said, what am I doing here? Why am I not? It seemed so perplexed that why am I not in the parade? I said, no, I left the parade. And it's not the first time. Other people like camp coppers and other soldiers, like, why are you not marching? Why are you not there? And you guys know also how it went, where I took permission or didn't take permission at first and then took permission to leave the flag party. And they've been doing well, to be fair. But then I didn't realize that it was such almost a taboo move, basically, the way the soldiers keep making it look or making it seem. But yeah, I made that move. No regrets, actually. I'm doing OBS, like, I'm presenting live on air, like, fuck it. I'm sorry. Nothing else really matters. I didn't come here to march or to be a flag party commander. I came here to try and improve the things I already do and make connections and stuff like that. So far, all of that is working out. I need to say no to some things, hard no's to some things, and I'm happy with my decision as it is. So guess what? That happened. Platoon 6, my platoon, ended up with the silver in the parade because we performed well. I'll find some parade videos as well to post. But here's the thing. Today was supposed to be big, bold, and beautiful as well as the Miss NYSC thing. I didn't even know how they were going to merge it, but I just felt, it is what it is. So I got the jeans that I had from my bunkmates. I asked if I could wear my Chelsea boots, which they allowed. So, dressed. Went backstage and I was like waiting for the thing to happen. Only for us, with my full clothes back there, I'd already changed and everything. Some of the other guys who were contesting for the same thing had already changed as well. And then they said that contest isn't holding anymore. As in, So it was just the Miss NYSC thing. So that's what the social directors now focus their attention on. We're preparing for the tags again. They are giving me to put on my trouser. I had to give it to the guy contesting for Mr. Macho. And then I'm going to only say this. I've only said it to him, and I'll say it to myself. I should have gone out for that Macho. Honestly, it's not because I feel like In fact, I didn't go out because I thought, you had to be. If there was somebody more muscular than me in my platoon, then they deserve to take the post. But then it's not even about who's muscular. I think a lot of it came down to different things: aura, chemistry with the partner, courage, and different other things. So the mass of the muscles were just like basic entry level stuff. There was a fat guy there. There was a short guy there. Even in my platoon, there was a conflict. I was approached once by my platoon leader and I just shut it down quickly. And then the guy that ended up doing it had some muscles, but he had a tummy as well. There was even somebody that was just plumpy. Nothing, no muscle. So at the end of the day, something I could have done. But no regret. These are the things that teach you lessons. Like if you feel like you can do something, you have to just put your head into it. I didn't think too much of it until like this night now. So perhaps I'm bitter that I felt like my platoon lost when I felt like we would have done better. We lost because the Miss NYSC got a question wrong. The Mr. NYSC also got a question wrong. As perhaps his physics and their chemistry also affected it. But all those things were wrong, and I feel like if I was in there, I'd have fixed those problems. I feel like I'd have gotten those questions right. So that's that. Then something else, my friend was telling me one day, I don't know if people have noticed too, but my friend Shekuma said this from one of my snaps, and he said, now older people food this your campo. So the average age of the coppers here now is probably late 20s. And it's looking like, honestly, and since he said that to me, I've been looking around. I expected to be one of the oldest people in this camp. I expected to see just plenty small children, Gen Z all around. And I'm seeing my mates, and I'm seeing people that are older than me, plenty. And I'm thinking, how did you get here? And then it occurred to me, people finish school, just like me, said long ago, years ago. Some of them fascist service. My personal opinion was that NYSC was just a waste of my time. It was going to hamper my development and my growth and the things that I wanted to do. I was already on a trajectory that I didn't want to truncate. And even though now I admit that was out of ignorance, and this is actually necessary for my development. But that was my thinking then, and I'm sure that was the thinking of a lot of people. And then when this thing was increased to 77k from 33, that was like a 45 grand increase. So people who had 50k jobs, 40k jobs, were like, yo, I need to finish my NYC, earn a certificate. Why any more than my current job? No brainer. And they came ahead for it. And then that is why we are here. And I have these senior men in camp with me. So, that makes a lot of sense and explains that to me. So, today has been how it has been. By the way, a lot of things, one of the things that they asked them to do, this is my first Mr. Macho competition I'm watching, even though I've seen a lot of these things online. So the entrance, the women will come in, do their catwalk, the men will come in, do their muscle thing, and then they will now wear their NYC khaki and also come in and do like a catwalk as well, or the man will do his parade or modern walk, and then they will stay beside each other and then they will ask them questions. Like I said that, and then they will dance together. The dance together just seemed like torture because, first of all, like the Platoon 6 guy wasn't very good in dancing, but they have you dance to different cultures. So you have to also know how to dance. And I just wondered why it thing felt like torture. They left the music to play for so long after the contestants were tired of dancing. It felt like torture. They are playing Fulani song. With everybody knows that there are only two Fulani moves. The one where the women put their palms together and they're like rubbing it and doing their waist one kind, up down. Then the one where the men put the imaginary stick above their shoulder and hang their hands and are doing one kind of monkey dance. That's the stuff I know that they do in Fulani dance. But you're letting the music play for 5 minutes. How many steps can somebody bust with a Fulani sound? It's crazy. It's difficult. So this is making me feel like, maybe it's a good thing that I'm sat. Anyway, so for the contest that I'm actually in, I don't know if that will ever hold because this one was the highlight competition. So, probably one of the things they will just say, no, not really necessary. Let's just push that aside. So if they do that, good and fine. Because I'm this is the second postponement. So So at this point, what do you do to the morale of people? Meanwhile, this one was already slated for today and it held today. So it's a different level, it's a different thing. But you guys know now, on the morning of today, I recorded the last episode. So you guys know when I woke up and went for the meditation and did all that stuff. My sleep was deep, but it was short. I don't know, for some reason I woke up. I'm going to pee now because I don't know why I keep waking in this short sleep. I don't know why my body keeps waking me up around 2 a.m. to pee. Like before, when I used to wake up at 6, 7 a.m., my body used to wake me up at 4 a.m. to pee. Now that my waking time is 4 a.m., just let me wake up at 4 a.m., then I'll pee. Then take my bath and go out. But no, you wake me up at 2 to still pee. What kind of annoying thing is that? Sorry, guys. So that's that too for the podcast. I don't know what else happened today that was interesting. Oh, you know what? There's something I realized. NYS is actually good for you. Like I said in the last 2 episodes, I've been fully conditioned. But the truth is, the people that I like to have, like guests on the Good Living podcast that I've been having, I've had IT guys, these guys, I've been trying to get dentists, doctors, and people like that on the pod, but it's difficult to get those things because you have to have resources to make the episode happen, and the Good Living podcast isn't paying yet. So it's difficult to do that stuff. But the people that have the information that they give us in some of these lectures, these science classes and the rest, no, science classes are different. These lectures, these are the kind of people I like to have on my podcast because I know that there's a way we can structure the conversation and then I can make it interesting for people who are sleeping right now to actually listen when it's a podcast level. So I intend to make connections with the people in camp who have connections to these people. And then one day in the future, when I have the podcast set up and I'm ready to do videos again, I can have these people come and talk on these topics and ask the right questions and have them not be boring. Because these classes can be so dead boring. Now, before, in the other weeks, I used to sit outside. If you've seen my snap, I would play Words outside when others are inside the hall. And if I came late, you probably sit on a bench where there is no backrest and the lecture is for 4 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours sometimes. Crazy. But over the last week, I and Iman had made it a point of duty to sit inside the hall. And it's been helpful because we have friends that would go to the hall early and keep seats for us. Since we always work together, either he has a female friend or I have a female friend that will always keep a seat for me and I'll go sit with them. But these days now, we've just made it a point of duty to just go early and stay inside the hall. Because even if you want to sleep, you have better chances of sleeping if you're inside. The truth, yeah, because there's a seat in front of you with somebody that you can rest your head, and stuff like that. And the hall is inside, so it's comfortable. You can hear but one of the most important things about being inside is that even if you're not paying attention, even if you're not entertained, once you put your ear, you will get something. You will hear something valuable that other people outside. Like, we stayed inside the hall for 3 days straight, yeah? We entered the hall. And before, we used to take chairs out of the hall back to the hostel so that even if we went late, we'll carry our chair and sit inside. But, they bought some people with chairs and we just stopped doing that. Started going early. And then one time when we went outside, we went late and then we sat outside for one lecture. The conversation people outside were having about they will say that lecture useless, you're wasting our time. Like you see, people inside have a different mindset from the people outside, and that is how small decisions can just shape your life entirely. Imagine me thinking that Bank of Industry coming to tell me exactly how I can secure money from them is useless, or me thinking NIMC is useless, or NDLA coming to give us lecture is useless. Now, without even having passed out, there's a certain type of fear I used to have when I see law enforcement before. Honestly, not even fear, but just a certain level of lack of trust or something. I just felt very inferior, very at risk, something like that. While if I saw NDLA or police or those kind of people, I didn't see them as normal people. I used to see them as people that could oppress and do and undo with me. Not because I'm a criminal, but because I'm just not used to them. But being a coming back and seeing them come and talk and now I feel like if I see a policeman, I feel free to go and talk to him or I don't know how to explain it, but anybody who's been through it, perhaps you understand what I'm trying to talk about here. So I've seen some of the importance you get of the entire scheme. And then I had someone tell me this was one of the best experiences of his life. And okay, while I'm here right now, I don't think even when I leave I'll class it as that, but probably one of those things that it's time that tells. as it passes. There's this thing that I used to wonder. Why is that whenever a new batch of NYC people are like posting their stuff, like posting their camping or posting their orientation or themselves with their new khaki and stuff, people who have served before start posting their own as well, like when they served, like. And if you don't look where you think they are just serving again. Like it's as if they still hold on to that memory so dearly. And I wonder why. Why is it so precious? And perhaps it's a lot of things. It's just life is just normal and linear until you do this and you pass through this scheme, and it's just something that gives you a different level of exposure. Not like you've ever had. No amount of travel can give you what you're getting. And honestly, I'm going to say this: if you didn't stay in camp for at least 2.5 weeks, you didn't really do NYSC, bro. Like I thought I was going to do big boy and then come to camp, just stay one day and do exits and just leave the camp. But like if you didn't stay in camp, no matter who you are, you missed something that you might not get in your life again. Tell you that for true. No matter the money, unless you have money, you want to organize something similar. But nah, man. Nah. The rush, the pressure. Soldiers that cannot shoot, kill, or beat you. But just having something push you to keep to time. And you just can't say it with words, man. If you miss camp, you just miss, man. You just miss. See you guys tomorrow.